Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Okay, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to this session. And first of all, happy Ekadashi to all of you. So let us begin today's chapter. So today we are going to do chapter number 14. So far we have done the chapter number 13, right? So what was the name of the chapter number 13? Anybody remembers what's the name of the chapter number 13?
Nature, enjoyer, and
Nature,
consciousness.
enjoy, and
That's right. Nature, enjoyer, and consciousness, right? Okay, that's absolutely right. So let us begin the chapter number 14. So in the chapter number 13, what did we learn broadly? What did we learn broadly in chapter number 13?
We learned that God answers Krishna's questions. Lord Krishna answers Arjuna's questions of what is Prakriti, what is Purusha, who is Purusha, what is the field of activity, who is the knower of activity, what is knowledge, what is object of knowledge. Then details about the gross elements, all the elements of the body, which which are actually 24 in number. Then what is soul and what is super soul.
Yeah,
Then mm, and how they interact to give you a particular nature, that it is the interaction of these material elements that are responsible for your state of mind, and how you can control them through meditation and cultivation of knowledge. That's all I remember, Prabhuji.
thank
And in the end, it will be bhakti. I know it will conclude with devotional service.
thank you. So the thing is, the summary of chapter number 13 is this, that Prakriti is different from Purusha. Kshetra is different from Kshetrajna. Purusha is the material nature, and Prakriti is the material nature, and Purusha is the enjoyer. Right? There are two enjoyers, Atma and Paramatma. Similarly, Kshetra and Kshetrajna, the body and the soul. So simply speaking, 13th chapter is all about the body and the soul. Distinction between body and soul. And to understand that the bodies are undergoing six kinds of transformations. The body is transforming, whereas the soul remains the same. Body is changing, soul remains constant. Now, what is the basis of getting another body? There are multiple types of bodies. There are 84 lakh types of bodies, 84 lakh types of kshetras. Now, how is it decided that a particular kshetrajna, a living entity, will get a particular type of kshetra or a type of body? Anybody remembers what's the cause for the material body?
modes of material nature.
That's right. Karanam guna sangosya sadasadyonichu janmasu. Modes of material nature is the cause for getting a certain type of body. So that's exactly what we are going to talk today. So in the chapter number 13. So the connection is like this. Chapter number 13 speaks about what is soul or what is spirit and what is matter, or what is spirit soul and what is super soul and what is a body. Now, this chapter speaks more about the body. What is the reason for getting a type of a body? And how this body, which is a part of material nature, is affected by the three modes of material nature. So I would say not just affected, puppeted. So we are literally we are the puppets of the three modes of material nature. So this is going to be a very interesting topic. So we will see this in this chapter, Lord Krishna is going to talk about what are the three modes of material nature and how these modes of material nature are controlling us. And towards the end, he suggests Arjuna to rise beyond these three modes of material nature. And Krishna also is questioned by Arjuna about what exactly is this definition of a person who has transcended the three modes of material nature. Then Krishna explains a person who has transcended the modes of material nature has such and such qualities. And the final question Arjuna asks is how to transcend the three modes of material nature. So then Krishna gives a formula. So that's the entire chapter about. So let us begin. So Hare Krishna everyone. So let us start with the prayers. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki jai, Nitai Chaitanya ki jai, Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya, Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this session is dedicated to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Inspired by His Holiness Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj, Spiritual Master at GBC, Srila Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj ki Jai. So the three modes of material nature, okay, even before Lord Krishna gets into speaking about the details of the three modes of material nature, first he starts speaking about the origin of the material nature, how this origin of the material nature, how the material nature is coming from the Mahat Tattva, and what is the connection between the material nature and the living entities and Krishna also. We will see all of that. So here is the link, 13.22. Purusha Prakritisteho hi bhukte prakriti jan gunan karanam gunasangosya sad asad yonisu janmasu. So the living entity, the material nature, thus follows the ways of life, enjoying the three modes of nature. This is due to his association with that material nature, and thus he mates with good and evil among the various species. So it is given in the Kapila Gita of Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Kapila Deva is saying that it seems that even if a person goes to hell also, a person will be attached to that hell body, that he likes it, he gets used to it, and he feels bad when that body is going to be removed and is going to get a better body. So that is the association of the material nature. It's so strong. Even a small bedbug also, ant also feels happy only in its position. So that's how the material nature is. It's literally, that's why it's called Maya, right? Now let's start with the 14.1. Anybody can read the shloka?
Prabhuji, can I read?
Prabhuji,
Yes, go ahead.
continue, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Bhagavad Gita 14.1. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Param Bhuya Pravakshyami Jnananam Jnanamuttamam Yajnatva Munaya Sarve Param Siddhim Ito Gataha. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Again I shall declare to you the supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained the supreme perfection." Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So what's interesting is Krishna is going to speak about knowledge. So we have seen the chapter number 13 was already spoken. It was a lot of knowledge. How many of you think that you learned a lot in chapter number 13? Type me in the chat. You learned about the soul, about the super soul, a lot about super soul, a lot about the 24 elements, a lot of deep concepts there, right? So here, Krishna is saying, I'm going to teach you something better. So that's very interesting. He's saying, I'll teach you something better. Jnananam jnanamuttamam. So simply by knowing the knowledge of this 14th chapter, you will become perfect. Okay, so let's see. So what's the goal and what's the process? Okay, so let's say that the goal is like you want to go to a concert. A man wants to go to the concert. So the process for getting inside the concert is what? You need to purchase a ticket. So you need to know what is the hurdle and you have to cross it. So similarly, if the goal is devotional service, we need to know what is a hurdle and cross that hurdle. And what is that hurdle for devotional service? Anybody can say what is stopping us from being a devotee?
Arrogance,
Okay, that's fine. What else?
ignorance.
Ignorance,
Ego.
ego. Okay. What else? I mean, if I have to tell it in terms of Bhagavad Gita terminology, what would you say that? What is that called? What is arrogance? What is ignorance? And what is
Lording it
called?
over material nature.
Okay, lording it over.
Tendency to lord over material nature.
Yeah. Okay, what is all that called?
Ahankara.
Ahankara. Okay, what else? It's called Maya, right? The three modes of material nature. You see the puppets, you see there are three puppets here, puppeting the two people that are fighting with each other, right? Similarly, when we want to do devotional service, there is something which is stopping us from doing devotional service. That's the Maya itself. So Maya is like saying, so for example, I want to join the link, then Maya will tell me, come on, you have a lot of things to do, or something like that. You see, or you'll say, okay, forget it, not now. I've anyways missed the couple of chapters now, let me not join. Something will be prompted in the mind. So that's called the three modes of material nature. So unless we cross the three modes of material nature, we won't be able to do devotional service perfectly. Okay, so we will see a little bit more about the material nature, the material nature and Krishna. So a question may arise that we can very clearly see, right? With our own eyes, we can see that material nature is the cause for all the living entities. I mean, that is what apparently is what is appearing. Am I right? So, for example, if you see, if I ask somebody who is your mother, who is your father, we will say our biological mother and father, obviously, because they are the cause, and that is what is appearing, that they are the father and they are the mother. It's so obvious. But now the question is, whatever may appear may not be true. That means that it appears as if all the living entities are coming from material nature. But is material nature really the seed giving father, or who exactly is the father? So if material nature is the mother, who is the father? That may be the question. So that's what this shloka is all about. There's an example of a scorpion here. Okay, scorpion born from rice. We'll see what's that. Mama yonir mahat brahma tasmin garbham dadamyaham sambhava sarvabhutanam tato bhavati bharata. The total material substance called Brahman is the source of birth, and it is that Brahman I impregnate, making possible the birth of all living beings, O son of Bharata. Not to confuse, this is not Parabrahman, or neither this is the spirit Brahman. So Brahman also, there are varieties of Brahman. Here we are talking about the material nature. Material nature is also sometimes referred to as Brahman. Okay. So the material nature which is beginningless, that is what is being referred to here. And Krishna is saying that Krishna impregnates that material nature and he is the father. So like the example is, we see that a scorpion lays eggs within the rice. After a few days, it appears as if the baby scorpions come out of the rice. Now, can we consider that the rice is the mother of the scorpion? Who is the real mother? Is the rice the mother, or scorpion the mother of these baby scorpions?
Scorpion.
Scorpion. Yes, but it appears, no, I mean, for my eyes, it is very clear. I can see with my eyes that, okay, it has come out from this rice. So obviously rice is the mother. So the same logic, right? So we see that, okay, my biological father, I see very clearly from my mother's womb I came. So clearly my mother is, she is the mother. But that is like the scorpion and the rice, the material nature appears to be the mother, but the original mother or the original father is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Okay. Here Krishna specifies more clearly. Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavanti yaha tasham brahma mahadhyonir aham bija pradapita. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving father. So all the living entities are born from the material nature, right? Who is giving us the body? Material nature is giving us the body. Am I right? all these different kinds of bodies, right? Cats, rats, snakes, snails, whales, everything, they are born, and after six transformations, right? What are the six transformations? Like taking the birth and growing and staying, and then producing offspring, and then decaying or growing old and dying. So these are all happening for every living entity, every living body. So the body is coming out from the material nature and going back to the material nature, right? For example, a bird will give an egg. So it will lay eggs, right? The eggs, from the eggs, small baby birds will hatch, and the bird will grow old, and then the bird will die. And when it dies, its body gets combined into the soil. Am I right? So, like that, material nature is giving the bodies, but we cannot consider that material nature is all in all. No, there must be a father, right? Just like how that we saw the example of scorpion. Rice is not the original father. Scorpion is the father. Similarly, Krishna is the father. We may not be able to see Krishna. Krishna is Paramatma, not visible, Adhokshaja, but he is the cause of all the causes. He is the seed-giving father. Very important. And for all the species of life, all, not just India, Hindu, anything like that. All species of life, Krishna is the father. Now coming to the main topic, that is Sattvagun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. Now talking about the three modes of material nature. Now that we understood about what is material nature, we understood about how Krishna impregnates the material nature and how he is telling very clearly that he is the father. So all the theology, all the religions where they say God, or anybody who says I'm the son of God, so that the God is Krishna. Okay. Now we are going to talk more about this material nature. What is this material nature and how is it binding us? You see, we are getting bound by this material nature. What is the kind of binding? Let's see. Anybody can read the shloka?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, may I?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Sattvam rajastam iti gunaha prakriti sambhava. This one only, no?
Yes. Sattvam rajastama.
Sattvam rajastam iti gunaha prakriti sambhavaha nibadanti mahabaho dehi nam avyayam. Material nature consists of three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. When the eternal living entity comes in contact with nature, O mighty armed Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by these modes. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So what happens is, as soon as we come in contact with the material nature, what happens is that we become completely bound by that, right? So what's happening here is, as soon as we are coming in touch with the material nature, we get bound by the material nature. That's what is being said here, right? So the material nature is like, three colors. You see, there are three colors here, right? Can you see three colors here? So let me show you this. Are you able to see three colors there?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Yeah,
Prabhu.
the combination of the three colors produces all the colors, correct? So similarly, Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun is the main point. Now let us talk about something. So we may think that Sattvagun is good. It appears to be good, right? You see the Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun picture. Sattvagun, you see some monk. A monk is nicely meditating. Rajogun, somebody is like, somebody working very hard, some IT engineer. Tamagun, some caveman, eating flesh. That means causing violence to living entities. All right. So now we can think, okay, it appears like Sattvagun is like gold, and Rajogun is silver, and Tamagun is iron, right? Gold, silver, and iron. But tell me something. Even if you handcuff somebody with a golden handcuffs, it's still a handcuff. Do you agree?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to be handcuffed by gold, but then it's still a handcuff. So similarly, Sattvagun is like that. So Sattvagun is not all in all. So that's the beauty of Bhagavad Gita. To it gives us a chance to explore beyond the good also. See, the general public, generally we know we always talk about good, bad. Okay, the duality. We say, rise above the bad, be a good person. Okay, that's nice. But then what's beyond goodness? What's beyond goodness? That's what
Being
Krishna
with
is
the
going
Lord.
to. Yeah.
Being with the Lord.
Being with the Lord. Yeah, being with the Lord. The pure goodness. So the pure goodness is something that the material world has no experience about. Right? So that's what Krishna is going to talk about. Let's see. First of all, we'll start with understanding what is Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamagun, and then we will see what is transcending the Sattvagun, Rajogun, and Tamagun. First we'll understand what is Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamagun. Then we will understand how to transcend, or what are the symptoms of transcending the Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamagun. Now, this is the first symptom, Sattva-guna. Those people who are in Sattva-guna, they are very peaceful, right? They are the philosophers, intellectuals, scientists. Tatra sattvam nirmalatva prakashaka manamayam sukha sangena bhadnati jnana sangena cha anaga. O sinless one, the mode of goodness being purer than others is illuminating and it frees one from all sinful reactions. Those who are situated in this mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge. So they become conditioned by two things. What are the two things?
Happiness and knowledge.
Happiness and knowledge. Sukha sangnena badnati jnana sangena chanaka. Sukha, jnana. So these are the symptoms of Sattvagun. Those people who like to read a lot of books, or those who are academical teachers, or who are peaceful, or who are happy. These people are in Sattva-guna. All right. So now, what is the advantage of being in the mode of goodness? Why should we be in the mode of goodness? Why not in the mode of passion or ignorance? It's like this. See, if you have to take off, right? If you have to take off, what is it that is needed for the aeroplane? Tell me.
Runway.
Runway is required. Without a runway, without an airport, the flight cannot take off. You need a smooth runway. But then, what is the use of a flight that never takes off from the runway? That is also another problem. Do you agree? You see, there's a flight which goes up and down the runway all the day. That's it. It never flies. That's not what it's meant for, isn't it? So similarly, that Sattva-guna is like the runway. Means if your plane has to take off to transcend the modes of material nature, first of all, you should be on the runway. First of all, you should come to Sattva-guna. That is a basic expectation. First of all, you should be in the platform of knowledge, in the platform of happiness. Then you can take off. But again, we see there are so many people who are conditioned so much by the mode of goodness that they stay there. Just like the plane going up and down the runway and not taking off. That's also not correct. So we have to take off. Taking off is Krishna consciousness. That is devotional service. Let's see what's Rajoguna. Sattva-guna, we saw it's a purifying kind of a thing. Better than Rajoguna and Tamoguna. It is better, it is more illuminating, and it is better than the other two. Next one. Rajoragatmakam vidhi trishna sanga samudbhavam tannibadnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. The mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings. O son of Kunti, and because of this, the embodied living entity is bound to the material fruitive activities. You see, a lot of times, all the kind of problems that we are currently in, they are not created by anybody. If you really analyze it carefully, you will see that they are self-created. Okay, type SC in the chat. That means self-created duties. So that means I myself go and become implicated. So I decide that I will get into this trap and become trapped myself. So that's just like sometimes you see the butterfly, or sometimes what it does is in a cocoon, what it does is the silkworm in a cocoon, the silkworm, it spins silk around itself and it gets trapped inside the cocoon. So similarly, what we do is, because of our own modes of material nature, especially because of mode of passion, we take some decisions of life, and these decisions will bind us. It's like we ourselves go and bind ourselves. It's like that cocoon, silkworm, which is creating silk and it gets trapped by itself. The silk is produced by the silkworm. And it itself is like, rotating and is becoming completely trapped. So we become trapped by our own modes of material nature, especially mode of passion. Right? So mode of passion is unlimited desire and longings. This is where it begins. Desires, that too unlimited. Right? We're showing a picture here in a coffee shop. There's a boy and a girl. So unlimited desires. Okay. And then longings. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. And because of this, the material fruitive actions take place. That is the karma sangena dehinam. We start doing some fruitive activities. So what are these fruitive activities? Let us see. The mode of passion, the mode of modern civilization is considered to be advanced in the standard of mode of passion. See, the civilization is supposed to be in the mode of goodness. Mode of goodness means knowledge platform, happiness platform. How many of you see are happy? How many of you see are satisfied? How many of you see, in the society today, modern society, are reading some kind of spiritual knowledge, right? You see, how much percentage do you think? What's the percentage according to you? Percentage of people?
5%.
5%. Okay, 5% or even less, right? So it's like that very, very less number of people are there who are in the mode of goodness. Most of the people or the entire modern civilization is designed in such a way, it's a rat race. It's a competitive environment. It starts from very, very early in our schooling itself, right? That's a mode of passion, competitive spirit, running, and then you see somebody, and then uh, we see others, and then we start copying, right? So that's also actually called as monkey see, monkey do. Monkey see, monkey do means, what is monkey see, monkey do? Can anybody say what is monkey see, monkey do? Can anybody guess?
Yeah, by
Monkey.
observing others, we try to imitate them. And is it correct, Prabhuji?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah.
Only for bad things. Good things we will not imitate, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's like, so what happens is the monkeys, the tendency of monkeys is they see what the others are doing and they start copying. They don't think. Similarly, when we are in mode of passion, we stop thinking. Whether it is really required or not, we stop. We don't think. We don't discriminate. We just do it. Everybody is doing it. Let me do it. And then the problem starts. And then we just like then everybody is doing, I will do it. Everybody is suffering, I will also suffer. So that's the point. Now that is Rajoguna implicated by the fruitive activities. That is like a lot of attachment towards work, attachment towards result, feeling like doing a lot, right? Working much harder than required, right? That is all Rajoguna. Now the next extreme is Tamoguna. Tamas is ignorance. Tamas is laziness. Tamas is postponement. Tamas is directionlessness. This is another extreme, right? Another extreme. Tavastu ajnanajam vidhi mohanam sarvadehinam pramadanasya nidravis tannibadnati Bharata. O son of Bharata, know that the mode of darkness born of ignorance is the delusion of all embodied living beings. The result of this mode are madness, indolence, and sleep, which bind the conditioned soul. So sleep, madness, that is pramada, alasya, nidra. 3 words have been used. Pramada means madness, completely careless person. Somebody who is careless, right? For example, somebody is suffering from some kind of a disease, and the doctor is suggesting that you are not supposed to be having this kind of foods. But if somebody is very careless about that, such a person is called pramada. Or like, for example, somebody is going through some kind of an electrical transformer equipment, etc. It is written in big boards that very high voltage do not touch. But this guy is very, very, very inattentive. He doesn't care. He'll just go and touch something. Pramada. Alasya means postponement, procrastination. Very lazy. I don't want to do it now. I'll do it later. Always keep postponing, keep postponing, keep postponing. Say, Bhagavad Gita will do it later. It will come later. When the time comes, I will do it. And I have a lot of time now. This is not the time. Alasya, laziness. Nidra means sleep, literally sleeping. Either figuratively sleeping or literally sleeping. Right? Sleeping. Everything, everybody is awake, everybody is doing activities, but we are sleeping. That is tamoguna. Right? So this is what is happening. Actually, it is said that Nidra also we should regulate it. We should not sleep more than 6 hours. Generally, the recommended is for a normal person who is healthy, recommended number of hours of sleep is 6 hours. Somebody is sleeping more than 6 hours, Srila Prabhupada says that the person is affected by the mode of ignorance. More than 6 hours means mode of ignorance effect is there. So that means it has to be reduced. Mode of ignorance must be reduced. When the mode of ignorance will be gone, you will not even sleep more than 6 hours. Automatically, it will less than sleep 6 hours. Okay, automatically, you don't have to do something. As long as the mode of ignorance is there, that will be working. Yeah, in the Kali Yuga, it's mode of passion and ignorance. You see, I have to travel, I have to become rich, I need this, I need that, I need this. Okay, a lot of goals, etc. Again, mindless working too hard than necessary. Right, like just like how that there's a motivational speaker, Robin Sharma. He says, "Do you want to become the richest person in the graveyard?" Something like that. So something like that. I mean, people are working so hard; they want to become the richest person. But what is the use of becoming a richest person in the graveyard when the health itself is gone, when family is gone, relationships are gone, everything is gone? Then what are you going to do with the wealth? So there's no balance. Or sometimes what happens is somebody is working very hard, but directionless work. You see, I'll tell you something. Let's say that there was a person, okay, there's a glass door. It's trying to push, door is not opening. Can you tell me why the door is not opening?
You just have to pull the door.
Yeah, the door is a pull door, but you're pushing it. Getting it? So, for example, if you have to go from one place to one room to another, you don't break the wall and go to the other room, right? You open the door and go to the other room. But if in a mode of passion and mode of ignorance, what happens is people stop thinking. What is the easiest way, simplest way, smartest way, correct way? People don't think about all that. So they just keep banging. I think that, I'll break the wall and go. This is mode of passion. They're working too hard than necessary without any kind of a strategy or plan. That's mode of passion, mode of ignorance. So there is always one more that is predominating. Okay, one of them will, it's not possible that it will be 33%, 33%, 33%. No, one third, one third, one third. Always there is one thing which is dominating at a given point of time. And you yourself can very easily know. I mean, by doing some kind of a self-test. So if you're, there are some hours in the day when you feel like working. You're like, feeling an impulse or an urge to do a lot of work. There is some time when you're feeling like relaxing, right? There is some time when you're in a balanced mode. You're ready to work, but not too hard. I mean, like you're not feeling competitive, that you want to beat somebody, show somebody, prove somebody that you are something. All this is not there. Okay, so that is mode of goodness, balanced mind, balanced state of mind. So you see, we have some pictures, early in the morning, it's Satyaguna. During the day, it's Rajoguna. And during the night, it's Tamoguna. You feel like sleeping. When a person is young, it's said to be, you can consider it to be Tamoguna, opposite. Of course, it's debatable, just for the sake of understanding. Child doesn't know anything, Tamoguna. So, and then when you're young, Rajoguna. When you're old, you become wise. You see, a lot of elderly people, they're wise. When you say Bhagavad Gita, they say, okay, I want to hear what it is. But the young people, when you go and say spiritual knowledge, etc., they will say, no, nothing, because they have not seen life itself. They don't have any wisdom. They have no experience. Life experience is not there. The elderly people would have seen so many people dying, so much of life, so many obstacles in their life, so many ups and downs that they would have been frustrated and vexed. So they will feel, okay, there's definitely something in this, or else why would be hearing so good things about Bhagavad Gita, right? And they'll be ready to hear, all right? Something like that, just for an indication it is. It's not always true, just like an example. Okay? What are the effects of conditioning of the modes? Now, what happens if we continue with these three modes of material nature? That is interesting. Because we said Karanam Guna Sangosya, means because of the modes of material nature, the body is decided. What kind of body is decided? Mode of passion, mode of goodness, mode of ignorance, where will they go? Let us see. Anybody wants to read this?
Yes, shall I read?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छति सत्त्वास्ता मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जगन्या गुणवृत्त्यस्ता अधो गच्छति तामसाः. Translation: those who situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets, and those in the abnormal mode of ignorance go down to the hellish worlds. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So it's like this. Let me just show you something. Yeah. So the three modes of material nature here. And so right now we are here. There are, sometimes we classify it as three worlds, right? Three worlds. This is the upper world. This is middle planetary system. So we call Triloka. And we have the lower planetary system, right? Now, those who are in Sattva Guna, mode of goodness. Okay, so we'll say mode of goodness will go upwards. And those who are in the mode of passion, okay, will stay in the earthly planets. And those who are in the mode of ignorance, they go to the lower planetary system like hellish planets. So Urdhvam Gachanti Sattvasta, very important sloka. Prabhupada quotes it a lot of times. Urdhvam Gachanti Sattvasta, Madhya Tishtati Rajasaha, Jaganna Vrittischa, Adho Gachanti Tamasa. So we should be very careful. What is the mode I am associating with? I will tell you, you only just told me that 95% of the people are in mode of goodness and passion, right? So let's just put the numbers here, okay? So you yourself, you said a calculation. I don't have a survey, but let's just guess and put 5% are here, or maybe 55% are here. Okay, how much is remaining? 40% are here, let's say. Something like that. So that means, like, by this only we can know where they are going to come back. I mean, a lot of people are going to come back to the earthly planets. And there are some people who are ready to even go to the sink into the lower planetary systems, right? So Adho Gachanti Tamasa. That's why we should be very careful not to associate with the Rajas and Tamas. We will sink to the lower planetary systems. Okay, let's just see the next one. Okay, so there's some, what is the result of associating with each of these gunas? If you associate with the mode of goodness, you get a sense of happiness, satisfaction, knowledge, but you also get a sense of superiority, right? You see that, the people who are very learned, who have studied a lot, they feel a little bit of superiority. Is it not? That they feel that they're superior. The scientists feel that they're very superior. That is also one kind of a conditioning. And those who are in passion, they have attachment to fruitive activities. Fruitive activity means transactional activity. If I do this, what will you give me? I will do it only if you give me. This is fruitive activity. Ropes of desire and attachment. They are bound by the ropes of desire and attachment. Always thinking about the result. Result oriented. Not result oriented means result oriented is good thing. But result attachment is bad. Madness, laziness, and sleep. That is a binding force for the people who are in mode of ignorance. Who are very lazy, they don't want to do anything. Characteristics of mode of goodness is knowledge and no sinful reaction. That's important. It's important that we stay in mode of goodness. And the entire Varna, Ashrama, Dharma, the prescribed duties which have been given in the Shastras, we don't understand them. We feel them irrelevant, out of context. impossible to follow also sometimes. Why? The reason is because we are not in mode of goodness. Simple. So, for example, if we hear Ramayana, we see that the brothers are very, very friendly and very nice, and there's a respect between the elder brother and the younger brother. Now, if we tell this, it sounds very artificial and say it is impossible for me to stay like that. Or if you say that you should be like Sita, people will say it's impossible for me to stay like that. Not possible. So, just give me a minute. Hi. Yes, Hare Krishna. So the thing is, the reason why we don't understand Shastras, the reason why we cannot accept the mode of the kind of injunctions of the Shastras is because of being in mode of passion and mode of ignorance, and Kali Yuga especially, right? That's why we don't understand. That's why we feel it's out of context. We feel it is very old or regressive. We kind of use these kind of words for that, but it is not. Actually, we are not in the goodness. That's why we are not able to appreciate what is in goodness. Right? So, intense, unlimited desires and longings, great attachment, fruitive activities. Okay. I want you to type this. If you are in mode of goodness, the result is pious. Type pious in the chat. So that means the final result of being in mode of goodness is you become pious. That means you become cleansed of sinful activities. Your sinful reactions will go. Type pious. If you're in mode of passion, if you're having intense longing for doing activities and desires, then the final result is misery. Type misery in the chat. Mode of passion does not result in happiness. You see, this is a very interesting point. Just think about it. When we are in the mode of passion, our mind dictates and tells us that in pursuit of happiness, you must work very hard, excessively hard, more than necessary, without a strategy, without a direction, purposelessly working hard. But the result is misery, not happiness. Ultimate result is misery. That's what happens, right? And just like, for example, you just take the example of very famous entrepreneur Jack Ma, right? Jack Ma is the founder of Alibaba.com. But then his wife complains, saying that Alibaba, this guy is married to Alibaba, not to me. You see, you understand, right? That's the mode of passion. So if this guy is like too much into mode of passion, excessively working very hard, that he has no time to enjoy with his family. What is the use of the entire big billionaire business that he has got, right? He's made everything except his family happy. What is the use? So mode of passion results in misery ultimately. Nothing comes out of it finally. Mode of ignorance results in foolishness. I mean, if we do not follow the regulative instructions of the scriptures, or if we don't even follow at least the materialistic people, whatever the people are following, some basic mode of goodness, some basic rules, basic values, and acting without a direction, completely foolishly, then we will end up in either in mental asylum or in jail. The result is foolishness. If we act completely foolishly without following any societal norms or without following any guidelines of any kind of institutions, we simply go on violating and act like a mad person, the final result is also like that only. Will become mad. So type foolishness in the chat. Mode of ignorance results in foolishness. Delusion, darkness, madness, and inertia. Inertia means not doing anything. Right? See, the goodness and passion and ignorance. Let's quickly understand. Goodness is not that you don't take action. You take balanced action. The word is balance. Type balance in the chat. Mode of goodness means balance. Mode of passion means excessively doing something. It's like excessively putting spice or excessively putting salt in the food. You understand, right? Goodness is like, balanced. How much ever salt is required, you put. How much ever spice is required, you put. That's balance. Mode of ignorance means you don't put at all. No spice, no salt. What is that kind of food? So that is delusion, darkness, madness, and inertia. Now comes the important point. How do we transcend the three modes of material nature? How do we transcend the three modes of material nature? Let's see something very interesting. Let me share one. I've got another PPT. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sharing this. Yeah. Yeah, we're speaking about mode of goodness, reading books, watering plants, traditional music, teachers, like that. And yeah, now the question. Now, how do we understand? Arjuna's question is, Karidinga strin gunanetan atito bhavati prabho kimacha katam saitam strin gunan ativartate. Means, can you tell me what are the symptoms of a person who has transcended the three modes of material nature? Question number one. Question number two. What is his behavior? Kim acharaha. Question number three. What is the process? That's the question number three. Do you think these questions are relevant? Type relevant in the chat if you think that they are important questions. First question is, how do you know that somebody has transcended the mode of material nature? What is his behavior? Third one, most important point for us is, what's the process? Give us the process. What's the process? All right. So let's see. The Krishna says, the thoughts of my pure devotees live in me, and their lives are fully dedicated to me. Right? So, and then they are always enlightening one another about Krishna. Right? And
Machitta madgata prana.
Yeah, Machitta madgata prana. And Krishna is saying, to those who are constantly devoted to me, to serving me, I give them the understanding which they can come to me. This is a Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, right?
Tesham sadhata yuktana.
Yeah, that's what exactly. So the symptom of a Gunatita is, he doesn't hate illumination, attachment, and delusion when they are present, or long for them when they disappear. So he neither hates nor longs for some kind of a state of mind, because his internal mood is that he's always a devotee. He doesn't care about what are the things that are happening inside our mind. You see here in the picture, Vidura has kept his bow and is walking out. Do you know what is the situation? What is the scene? Why is Vidura walking out and he has kept his bow there? And who is it shouting behind? Anybody can say?
Duryodhana is shouting, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Duryodhana is,
And
yeah.
in that sabha.
Okay, yeah, Duryodhana is shouting at Vidura, and Vidura is frustrated and he's leaving his bow and he's giving up his everything and he's just leaving out of the place, right? So he doesn't care. I mean, who are pure devotees, they're Gunatita, they don't care about this. So external connect. So pure devotee is a process of transcending the modes. So what is the process of transcending the three modes of material nature? Mam cha yo avyabicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatithyaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. This is the main point. So how do you transcend? By the three modes of material nature can be transcended by bhakti. Right? Let me show you this. Shall you see? Bhakti yogena sevate. Can you see? I have highlighted. What did Krishna say? Mam cha yo. Okay, I don't know if you're able to see. Are you able to see now? What is the highlighted? Can you read that highlighted part? In the shloka, what is written? Mam cha yo vyabicharena
Bhakti yogena
sevate sagunan samatithyaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. You see, some people accuse that ISKCON books, they're excessively stressing bhakti yoga. They don't talk about karma yoga, they don't talk about jnana yoga, they don't talk about dhyana, they're all saying bhakti, bhakti, bhakti. It's not that. Krishna is saying. It's not that we are created something or Prabhupada wrote something manufactured. No. It's Krishna's verdict. Every chapter is saying bhakti, bhakti, bhakti. Maham cha yo avyabicharena bhakti. Again, that is also undeviating, unfailing in all circumstances. That kind of devotional service only can take us to Brahman. Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. If you have to transcend the level of, jump to the level of Brahman, the only process is pure devotional service to Krishna. This is verdict of Bhagavad Gita. See, that's the important point, right? So that's the important point. So let's just go to something else and show you something very interesting. We'll see an example of a person who has actually transcended these three modes of material nature, right? So, yeah, you see? I'll just play this.
By hearing, by discussing, by hearing, by discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, this Rajagun Tamagun are subdued. Then Sattvagun remains. Nashtaprayasya avadve Nishtam Bhagavatasya. Then Sattvagun Tamagun cannot do us harm.
Did you see that? What did Srila Prabhupada say? Prabhupada is saying that when you are constantly reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam Bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. Then tada rajastamo bhava kamano bhadayaschaye chetayedat anavrittim sthitam sattve prasidati. That means Rajogun Tamogun will be subdued only by Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness, that too, avyabhicharena bhakti, no deviation and no interruption, unmotivated, uninterrupted, undeviated devotional service. Right? One single focus, Krishna. Uninterrupted, not that today is Sunday, tomorrow is Sunday, I'll take a break. No, no breaks. Unmotivated. That means I'm not going to ask Krishna, okay, Krishna, give me this, give me that. No. I'll just do Krishna consciousness as a duty. Okay, as you know, as a duty, that's it. I'm not going to ask anything. So here is a wonderful example the modern world has seen. Srila Prabhupada, who has actually transcended the three modes of material nature. What are the symptoms that Krishna said? Let us see that. The symptoms that are given in the shloka are: one who does not hate illumination, attachment, and delusion when they are present, or long for them when they disappear. And one who is unwavering and undisturbed through all these reactions of the material qualities. Srila Prabhupada went through a lot of tribulations. There were a lot of problems also. For example, we saw the story of Mr. Nair and the Juhu temple. There were so many issues. He wanted to start so many temples at the same time, and he was publishing books at a unimaginable speed. Right? Chaitanya Charitamrita was entirely published and printed in 1 month. Unimaginable speed. So, remaining neutral and transcendental, who is situated in the self and regards alike happiness and distress. So, Srila Prabhupada was undergoing so much physical difficulty also. But he was completely not at all caring about that, his physical discomfort or any bodily discomfort. Looks upon a lump of earth, a stone, and a piece of gold with an equal eye. Equal towards desirable and undesirable. Study situated equally well in praise, blame, honor, and dishonor. Treats alike both friend and enemy. So these are renounced with all material activities. I'll tell you, Srila Prabhupada was so merciful, so merciful, so merciful that he would even allow anybody inside the temple, anybody without any qualification can walk in. So it used to happen that some devotees in the West who had walked into the temple, they were some drug dealers also. And because they were drug dealers, they somehow went back to their bad habits again. And again, they used to come back to the temple. At that time, the temple president or temple authorities used to stop them. You don't come inside, don't come here, go, get out. But Prabhupada used to even allow them to come. So he never saw any qualification, disqualification in anybody. You see, he's not at all seeing bodily qualifications for anybody. So anybody is ready to accept. That was Srila Prabhupada. He used to treat everybody equally. So it is not possible for a normal human being to see like that. Such a person is said to have transcended the modes of material nature. This is the meaning of transcending the modes of material nature. And then something very interesting here. Okay, we are transitioning to something very interesting. First of all, Krishna said, by doing avyabhicharena bhakti, that is unfailing in all circumstances devotional service, we attain the Brahmabhuta Prasannatma, Brahman. That is Brahman realization. Avyabhicharena bhakti yogana sevate sagunan samatitya brahmabhuyaya kalpate. Brahmabhuya means Brahmabhuta sthiti means that is the complete liberation state. All the Upanishads, the Vedas are glorifying the state of liberation. That liberation state is only possible by devotional service of Krishna. That is a verdict of Bhagavad Gita. And what is this Brahman? Brahman is impersonal light. Brahman is impersonal light. All the Upanishads, all the Jnanis are worshipping the impersonal light. And Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is telling what is the position of the impersonal light, Brahman, with respect to him. Very important verse. Brahmana hi pratishtaham. Anybody wants to read this shloka? Yeah, read. Brahmana hi pratishtaham amrutasya vyayasya cha shashvatasya cha dharmasya sukasya ikantikasya cha. Brahmana hi pratishtaham means this Brahman is situated on Krishna. So that means Krishna is the cause for the Brahman. Let me tell you clearly. I'll just open the shloka. This is chapter number 14, 14.27. Okay, I'll show you the shloka and the translation. Everybody mark this very important shloka. Go back and read this shloka. Brahmano pratishtaham amrutasya vyayasya cha shashvatasya dharmasya sukasya ikantikasya cha. I am the basis of impersonal Brahman, which is immortal, imperishable, and eternal. It is the constitutional position of the ultimate happiness. You see, the Jnanis, they conclude that the Upanishads are saying that Brahman is everything. Brahman means formless, impersonal. There's no form at all. But Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that impersonal Brahman is situated on me. That means I am the basis for the impersonal Brahman. It's not that impersonal Brahman is ultimate. Krishna is saying, I am above impersonal Brahman. So it's a very important point. The Brahman, impersonal Brahman, the Jnanis are doing the upasana of the Brahman. Right? It is very much glorified in all the Upanishads. But then Krishna is saying, I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman. That means, let me show you. You'll understand it very clearly. If you see this Brahman, this is a Brahma Jyoti light. It is the light emanating from the transcendental body of Lord Krishna in his transcendental world, Golok Vrindavana. So in the Ishopanishad also there is a mantra which says that, oh my dear Lord, please clear this glaring effulgence so that I can see your beautiful face. There's a shloka like that. That means if there's a glaring light like 1 million suns, okay, if you cross the material world and Viraja river, there is a glaring light, impersonal Brahma Jyoti. But if you even cross this impersonal Brahma Jyoti, then you can enter into the land of Krishna. That is the secret. You have to enter into this Brahma Jyoti. But if you remain there, it will appear as if it is impersonal, it is light. But if you enter into it, then you will see that Krishna is there as a person. Golok Vrindavana is there. It's a very deep point. Okay, so this is very important. And so we have come towards the end of the chapter. Anybody has any questions? Or anybody wants to add something? Please feel free to add. Hare Krishna.
Nothing, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
The class is going good. Very nice, interesting.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Class is going good, Prabhuji. Very, very interesting and very, very enlightenment to all the persons.
Very nice. Sure.
Yeah.
That's nice. I'll show you to some more slides. Okay, there's some slides which is from the Gita Rahasyam slides. It's nice. So we saw, right? We saw this shloka when I said about Mama Yonir Mahat Brahma Tasmin Garbham Dadamyaham. Krishna is the father and Prakriti is the mother, right? So all the living entities are actually coming from the mother, right? So that is like the potency, like all the human bodies are coming right from the mother, divine mother. That is the material nature, material nature. And you see how so that's the thing. Okay, we are all these bodies are there, so many bodies, right? When we go to zoo, you can see so many bodies. All these bodies are coming from the material nature, and Krishna is a father. And Krishna is controlling all of us with this. Yes, no problem. Krishna is controlling all of us with the three modes of material nature, right? So tell me, how many of you think that yes, you are currently under the control of the three modes of material nature? Type yes in the chat. How many of you agree that yes, we understand that we are in the control of these three modes of material nature? Yes. How many of you want to transcend the three modes of material nature? Type me in the chat. How many of you want to transcend? You want to get rid of it, liberate yourself from the three modes of material nature? Right? Type me in the chat. Right? So the solution is very clear and very simple. And the solution is taken by all the pure devotees. Like we see this, right? Like just like Hanuman. Hanuman has transcended the three modes of material nature. What did he do? Always doing devotional service. Prahlad Maharaj, Bhishma Pitamaha, right? So all these great devotees are completely dedicated, right? So that's how we can, like Srila Prabhupada, right? So we should chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra with a lot of attention and care and seriousness, and we're supposed to, we should give the time that it actually deserves, right? We need to give, it's an appointment with Krishna and should take out some time. So just like, for example, I was saying, how many of you are there here who do not have 5 minutes in your life? Type me in the chat that you don't even have 5 minutes every day, right? There's nobody like that. Am I right? Everybody has got 5 minutes. Even Prime Minister also, Narendra Modi also, he may get 5 minutes, right? He is also doing yoga and all, right? Somehow he's connecting with Krishna, right? So we should do Bhakti Yoga because Krishna is saying Bhakti Yogera Sevate. We have to do chanting. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is Bhakti Yoga. Chanting of the holy names of Krishna is Bhakti Yoga. So we have to pray to Krishna, O Radharani, O my dear Krishna, please engage me in your service so that I am not engaged in the service of Maya. This should be the prayer. When you're chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This should be the prayer. Hare means Radharani. Krishna means the absolute personality of Godhead. So we are praying to Radha Krishna. Please engage me in your service so that I don't be engaged in Maya service. Once we get the service of Krishna, then we are transcended the modes of material nature. There's a permanent relief from the three modes of material nature. Okay, we need relief from these three modes of material nature. All right. Okay, thank you, dear devotees. Anybody wants to add something? What did you learn? Any highlight takeaways? Yeah, quickly unmute yourself. What is your takeaway? Yes, Renuka Mataji.
Prabhuji, it is like Bhakti Yoga is the best.
Bhakti Yoga. Yes. Okay, thank you. Premlata Mataji.
Actually, you were telling in the beginning about Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. You were telling that you missed so many classes. I did miss so many classes, but I'm still from 6 o'clock. I'm thinking it may be at 6 o'clock. Let me be prepared for that. So, in spite of missing so many of the classes, I still felt like joining at any cost. So I did all my work and then sat with some other work too, and then I attended the class. So I feel whatever I can get, I may have missed right from the beginning, but whatever I have, I may get, let me get, because I cannot, already the time is passing and we will not get it back. So that's what I felt. Very happy that you told that same thing, and I felt the same thing. And thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Sure, that's nice. That's nice. Thank you, Mother. Thank you for sharing your realization. Yes, that's nice. We have to just keep fighting Maya. Okay, so that's always there. It happens with all of us. Okay, I tell you, all of
No,
us.
my Maya is only my health.
Yeah.
I'm unable to walk properly now, and
Yes.
I'm having imbalance and all that. But still,
Take care
I
of your health,
don't.
Mataji.
Yes, that's what. But he takes care, so I do it. And I try to do all the work so many as much as possible the same day. Then after that, tomorrow is another day. Why wait for that? Is what I feel.
All right.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Yes, let's go
Krishna.
quickly. Who's going next? Who's going next? Manisha Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, go ahead. Who is this? Balarmati Mataji. Yes, go
Hare
ahead.
Krishna Prabhuji, Tanvat Pranam.
And,
From today chapter, I learned three modes of that is Sattva, Raja, and Tamaguna. From the mode of goodness, real knowledge develop. From the mode of passion, greed is developed, and also from the mode of ignorance, only develop foolishness, madness, and illusion. That's what I got from today's class, Prabhuji.
That's,
Hare Krishna, Tanvat Pranam.
that's absolutely right. Very nice. That's good. Hare Krishna. Indra Haridas Mataji.
Hare Krishna. At first we learned about this, all the three three modes of gunas: Sattva-guna, Rajaguna, and Tamaguna. And the Sattva-guna is peaceful, and the Rajaguna for having unlimited desires and longings, and Tamaguna about that is only darkness. The result is laziness and sleep. And these modes can be transcended by Bhakti Yoga.
Very nice. Perfect. That's so nice. That's very nice. That's good. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Kalyani Mataji, you want to say something?
All that I can say is there's a lot to work upon, Prabhuji, and where we have reached to a certain stage because of your guidance, and I would say we have maybe we have tried to overcome little bit of rajas and tamas, and we have to it's on a daily basis we have to work our way up, Prabhuji. And there's no end to it, so we are in that journey. It's a journey.
Yeah.
And Srila Prabhupada is showing us the light. Let us just take that as our light and move on and hold on to him as much as possible. And you are all helping us.
Yeah, that's a very nice point. I liked your points. Yeah, first of all, it's a journey and it's continuous work, right? So it's not that it's over in a day or two. It's like a lot of work.
It's work in progress.
Yeah, it's work in progress, and you have to keep fighting Maya. Always, it's with everybody. It's with everybody. Okay, all of us are conditioned living entities. But then another point I liked is Srila Prabhupada has shown us how to conquer Maya. Like, that was a very nice point, right? How we can see that he's demonstrating, right? When he's on his deathbed and he's reading Srimad Bhagavatam. What else is the proof for that? I mean, how the kind of achievements that he did in such an advanced age, right, itself is a proof, right, that how much he is completely beyond the bodily considerations. So we have to take inspiration, and Prabhupada is very clearly, strongly, affirmatively saying, this is the way, just take it seriously and do it nicely, you will also transcend. That's what Prabhupada is saying, right? Very nice. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Naresh Prabhu, you want to add something?
My takeaway is by doing a pure bhakti, then only you can overcome these three modes of nature within us. Because the other two will make you bind to this material world. So you want to overcome everything and go back to Godhead. Bhakti is the only way.
Yeah, that's an amazing, amazing takeaway. Very nice point. The point is, bhakti is transcendental. Because it is transcendental, it will make us transcendental. Is it not? So Bhakti Yoga, Krishna Bhakti is so transcendental. It's beyond the three modes of mental. So simply by associating with Bhakti, we become transcendental. So that's that's a good point. Yes.
We should not be satisfied with mode of goodness, Prabhuji.
Yeah, that's a
There is
very
something more
Mhm.
from goodness also, and that is Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah,
We
that's a
should
very,
attain
very
that.
wonderful point. Thank you. Yeah, wonderful point, Matri. Because see, when we start Bhagavad Gita or any kind of scripture, we think that okay, we'll hear some nice things. Okay, be good, just be non-violent, be a nice person, be truthful, etc. Okay, which is good. Which is mode of goodness, right? Be balanced, be peaceful.
Generally, people think that only, ki we should be good people. We don't have to lie or steal, or
Yes,
they are satisfied in
the
them
satisfied
only.
with mode of goodness.
Yes, yes,
But then it's like the golden handcuffs.
yes.
Gold, but handcuffed still. It'll
They
still
are
bind
still
us back.
bounded, yeah.
We
They are
still
still
we still
bounded
bounded. We still bounded to the material world with that
with
goodness
the
also.
fruitive results.
Yeah, with fruitive results. Maybe we'll go to heavenly planets. Maybe we'll get some nice body. Maybe demigod body
Again, we have to come in.
to come back again. Yeah. Yeah, that's
We
very
have to actually just not hear all these things, but try to understand and apply it in our life as much as possible. And that only will actually bring the change within us. And once we start applying it in our life, things will automatically be good happening, and we'll be at peace actually.
yeah, that's a very
In
nice
spite of so many other
Mm.
obstacles and all, the ultimate thing is we have to have that peace within us, and that only if we whatever we are hearing, we have to make an effort to apply it in our life. Then things will really work out, and I think once we start doing that, we will not deviate from that right path. So that right path is not just as you told today is not enough. We have to reach his lotus feet. So for that, strong holding on to that right path, applying all these good things that we are hearing is, and chanting, of course, is the most easiest Kali Yuga method is to chant.
Yeah.
Very simple. We no need to read this, that, and all those things. We are, following your class. That's enough. And chanting is the most simple, easy flight. As you told, that the takeoff flight will take off with this chanting itself. That's what I feel. I don't know. I may be wrong.
No, absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And yes, I really like the point that you said about bhakti, and we have to implement it. It's very important point. So there's a shloka which says, Akamo sarvakamo va mokshakamo udaradihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham para. We have to do intensely. Devotional service should be intense. It should be can't be like dilute milk. It should be like thick milk, boiled milk, like thick sugar, sweet, that density. Sugarcane juice, sugar is there. Sugar is so dense, right? Bhakti also, we should do it in that such a way. That will liberate us. That will give us the final output, okay? So that's very nice.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. And another important point you said was chanting is enough. Yeah, you don't have to do any tapasya. Don't need to do anything very, very extreme here. Okay. We're not talking about doing extreme diet or go and sit in a very extreme cold weather, tolerate, do this, do that. Nothing. We're just saying, just chant the names of God.
And there is no limitation as such. Actually, I told you, Prabhuji, that I'm doing this other Samartha Ramdas this thing, but I got into that habit that I can go without my slippers, but I can out of the house also. So, but without the Japamala, I cannot get out. That is the most important thing, because every time, even while I sit in the vehicle or while traveling and any place, there is just a few minutes, the beads keep, I'm occupied. I don't have to bother, because as it is, my vision is so bad that I don't know who's going where, what is happening. I am happily chanting. So that's most, I think I get into my own world of chanting, and I think I'm in peace. That's all I feel.
Yeah.
And I think my daughter too is following that. Now my little granddaughter too is getting into that habit. She wants a mala. All that's that gives, okay, they are all in the right track. That's what I
Right.
feel.
Thank you. That's so
Thank you
nice.
so much.
Thank you, devotees. Thank you very much, Mataji, for sharing your realizations. So that was very nice, and very nice conclusion, very nice realizations. I'm very happy. Today is Ekadashi, and very beautiful conclusion. So let's some more time before the night is over, and so let's see if we can chant more rounds. Okay. Thank you, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you.